Sir, am I visible and audible clearly?
Yeah, I can.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes. You are audible, no?
Okay, thank you. Hello, good evening, everyone. This side Nandini Sharma from AgriMeet Foundation Bharat, and I welcome you all to the day 4 of Faculty Development Cum Training Annadata 2025. We are delighted to welcome our eminent speaker, Professor Nishid Desai, Editor-in-Chief, Taylor and Francis Group. Professor Desai is a renowned academician and researcher with over 40 years of teaching and research experience. He has published more than 175 research papers in reputed journals and has successfully guided over 50 PhD students and postdoctoral researchers. His contributions span organic and medicinal chemistry, green chemistry, intellectual property rights, and academic entrepreneurship. Recognized among the top 2% scientists globally by Stanford University, Professor Desai has played a pivotal role in advancing research, innovation, and higher education. We are very grateful to have him here, and also we are privileged to have with him us today to share his valuable knowledge and insights that will inspire all participants of FDP training. So over to you. The session is yours, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening to all of you. This is my second experience with Ankurji, and I think before 6 months, on the same platform, I have delivered the lecture, and
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, so that lecture was appreciated by the students. The students means, what I personally feel that it is the participants. And again, the Ankurji has invited me, and therefore I am very much thankful to Ankurji that you invited me and share my experience and share my views to the participants globally. And this is the very interesting thing is Annadata 2025, no? So I personally feel that the title is very interesting, right? And agriculture product is also Annadata. Similarly, this academics is also Annadata for the youngsters, right? And unless and until if you are not able to digest properly this academics, in that case you cannot be a very good Annadata for the next generation. And Ankurji has told me that all the participants are faculty members, and
Faculty member.
therefore I personally feel that this is a academic Annadata program, what I understand, right? And I may
Academic
be wrong.
अन्नदाता
I may
सर
be
ये
wrong.
एक एब्रीविएशन है इसका एक फुल फॉर्म भी है
नहीं
बट
नहीं
एब्रीविएशन इसका अन्नदाता है
नहीं नहीं वो दिस इज व्हाट आई हैव कन्वर्टेड टू एजुकेशन, राइट?
जी जी
एजुकेशन
डेफिनेटली डेफिनेटली मैं समझ गया जी
Education is also considered to be annadata for the
अन्नदाता हाँ
society,
हाँ
for the
जी
society. And without the education, it may not be possible to survive for anyone in the. It should be in a global way. It should be developed country, undeveloped country, So agriculture is very important. Similarly, this education is very important in your life. No, with these few words, I will share my presentation and. I'll share my presentation with the participants, right? 1 minute.
Your screen is there, sir. Just open the PPT.
Yeah, I'm just opening the PPT. Oh, what happened? Why it has come to this only?
So just I think there's a just go to like right corner. There might be
Pardon? I'm using this this
yeah just
Apple, no?
yeah. So just go to like corner some corner like there might be some
Layout or ये entire screen?
the, the entire screen. So just stop sharing first. Then I will
पहला stop sharing है?
yeah stop sharing. Stop.
ये share है वो बंद कर दूं मैं?
Yes sir yes.
अच्छा शेयर बंद किया, अब कहाँ जाऊं?
सर आपका शेयर बंद नहीं हुआ वो स्क्रीन आपके भी शेयर हो रही है ओपन द पीपीटी सर आई थिंक पीपीटी इज ऑलरेडी ओपन ना जस्ट गो टू द पीपीटी
PPT, I am trying to find out the
in the
PPT.
task bar sir like icons are there, na?
Where?
In the taskbar, sir.
So Apple is there. So it is totally reverse thing, no? So how to,
Yes.
you know, mm, 1 minute. पहले मल्टीपल पार्टिसिपेंट्स नहीं वन कैन एडवांस शेयरिंग पे चले
Sir,
जाओ.
you now click on share. Like
अच्छा एक मिनट
green icon is there, na?
ये हाँ यस ओके नाउ
Yes.
इट इज विजिबल.
No, sir. Just
Eh?
share. Sir, your screen is not there.
सर आप प्लीज मुझे अपना
Send the
प्रेजेंटेशन
PPT,
व्हाट्सअप
sir.
कर दीजिए, रोहित जी उसको शेयर कर देंगे। लास्ट टाइम भी आपने यही किया था सर।
Yes, sir.
अच्छा ऐसा करूं मैं.
हाँ लास्ट टाइम भी आपने यही किया था। हाँ
अच्छा अभी आ रहा है.
नहीं आ रहा सर, अभी भी नहीं आ रहा, प्लीज मुझे आप व्हाट्सअप कर दीजिए।
ओके ओके एक मिनट
हाँ।
मैंने अभी मुझे एक मिनट में ये एक मिनट मैं एक मिनट ट्राई कर लेता हूँ क्योंकि वो व्हाट्सएप में मुझे देखना पड़ेगा कहाँ से है. लेकिन
आप मेल कर सकते हो मुझे, मैं मेल दे देता हूँ आपको।
एक मेल में तो ये नहीं आएगा.
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा,
ये
हाँ हाँ बड़ा है ना।
ये हाँ
साइज।
ये एक मिनट ये एस्केप में जाता हूँ तो ये नहीं जाता है. अच्छा ये अभी आएगा कि नहीं. एक मिनट मैं फिर से करता हूँ अभी आएगा. हाँ ये आया अभी. टूल्स
नहीं
आया.
सर.
नहीं डॉक्टर साहब, नहीं डॉक्टर साहब नहीं आया अभी।
एक मिनट.
सर आपका स्क्रीन
हाँ
दिख नहीं रहा है.
क्या.
फर्स्ट ऑल ऑफ सर मिनिमाइज द पीपीटी एंड
एक मिनट मिनिमाइज कर दूं मैं पीपीटी को.
मिनिमाइज द पीपीटी.
एक मिनट हाँ. अभी ये स्क्रीन पे मैं हूँ आ गया हूँ
हाँ
बराबर.
सर, गो टू जूम सर.
गो टू.
जूम जूम ओपन
एक
जूम.
मिनट जूम में वो कहाँ जाने का है.
सर
कोई
शेयर.
बात नहीं डॉक्टर साहब, मैं पुनः
मुझे सेंड
आग्रह
द
कर रहा हूँ
पीपीटी
आपसे कि टेक्निकल ग्लिच इस तरीके की आती रहेगी, आप प्लीज मुझे पीपीटी भेज दीजिए।
सेंड कर दीजिए सर.
मेरे पास पीडीएफ है मैं पीडीएफ में ऑपरेट
हाँ
कर रहा
कोई
हूँ.
बात नहीं, आप
नो इशू
पीडीएफ
नो
भेज
इशू
दीजिए,
सर, नो
कोई
इशू.
बात नहीं।
एक मिनट मैं पीडीएफ भेज
हर
देता
तरीके के फॉर्मेट में हम लोगों की पीएचडी है।
हूँ. हैं? हाँ नहीं वो तो है. ये
जी
यहाँ
जी।
ऐसा नहीं है. ओके कर दूँ तो आ जाएगा. ये आ जाएगा तो ये क्यों नहीं आता है. आज सुबह तो मैंने वहाँ किया था. ये देखो अभी उसमें से कहाँ जाने का है बताइए ना आप मुझे.
सर जूम ओपन किया आपने?
हाँ वो कर दिया हमने वहाँ. अभी
शेयर
एक
ऑप्शन होगा नीचे ग्रीन एरो.
हाँ शेयर नहीं ब्लू कलर का शेयर है.
हाँ उस पर क्लिक करिए सर.
अच्छा उस पे क्लिक किया अभी.
अ, अभी सर ये जो आपने खोल रखा है चैट, इसको मिनिमाइज कर दीजिए.
चैट को
शो.
मिनिमाइज कर दूं.
हाँ मिनिमाइज कर दीजिए इसको.
अच्छा एक मिनट चैट.
मिनिमाइज सर, येलो येलो
ओके
येलो
ओके ओके
येलो.
या ये ये एस्केप किया मैं. मिनिमाइज होता ही नहीं. एक मिनट ये कहाँ से मिनिमाइज होगा.
एक बार क्लिक करिए सर इस पे, ऊपर कॉर्नर.
ऊपर कॉर्नर पे. यहाँ भी नहीं होता है. मिनट.
यू कैन सेंड द पीपीटी सर, पीडीएफ.
1 मिनट हाँ आई एम सेंडिंग नो. लेकिन ये क्यों नहीं होता है वो दैट इज द थिंग्स. ये क्यों नहीं हुआ. ये प्रॉब्लम है. ये क्रिएट योर ओन मे बी इनवाइट टर्म्स. ये यहाँ क्यों चला गया. अच्छा ये भी चला गया.
नहीं नहीं सर ये नहीं.
ये नहीं हुआ तो ये कैसे हो गया.
ये
कुछ नहीं हो रहा.
रोहित मुझे ऐसे बात बनती दिख नहीं रही है।
नहीं मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ सर,
एक
सेंड कर
मिनट मैं
दीजिए. सेंड कर दीजिए सर, सेंड कर.
भेजता हूँ.
हाँ
एक मिनट में वेट फॉर. अंकुर जी आपको मैं भेज रहा हूँ बराबर.
हाँ हाँ, कोई बात नहीं, आप हमें भेज दीजिए, एक ही बात है।
भेज दिया मैंने।
ओके डॉक्टर साहब।
अब कैसे करेंगे, यहाँ से मैं कैसे जाऊं ये?
मैं कर देता हूँ सर।
अच्छा।
कोई बात नहीं डॉक्टर साहब, हम लोग करेंगे, आप सिर्फ बोलेंगे, सब कुछ हो जाएगा बहुत आराम
ओके
से।
ओके ओके।
डॉक्टर रोहित डन।
ओके। यह मैंने डेस्कटॉप पे ही रखा था उसीलिए। आई डोंट नो।
इज इट सर, इज इट विजिबल टू
फाइन
यू?
फाइन।
राइट।
मैं फुल स्क्रीन करने के लिए कहाँ जाऊं मैं? ओके चलेगा।
ठीक है डॉक्टर साहब, आप प्लीज प्रोसीड कर सकते हैं, अब तो बहुत
ओके
बढ़िया तरीके से दिख रहा है पूरा
ओके
प्रेजेंटेशन।
ओके। ये
जी जी।
वहां से उसको स्क्रॉल करेंगे ना?
हाँ हाँ, आप बस नेक्स्ट नेक्स्ट बोलते रहिएगा,
Okay,
नेक्स्ट
fine,
नेक्स्ट।
fine.
डन डन।
Okay. Now, the topic is perception of scientific research and strategy for mapping the development of academic career. Now, you will find that, here I have used the word perception of scientific research because basically I know that most of the students are coming from scientific background, and therefore, you see what I have used this particular word, and mapping word is very important, right? Now, mapping word is not from the scientific, this is not a scientific word, but when you are working in the field of banking sector or financial sector, at that time when you are using the computational program for the transaction of money, at that time mapping word is used, no. And that's the reason that I've used the word strategy for mapping the development of academic career. And this is how the perception of scientific research is very important, and strategy for mapping the development of academic career, because when you start your academic career, at that time the development is very very important, because nowadays when you join the academic career, at that time what you ask the publications, you ask the do you have any publication, do you have any patent or any, do you have any monograph, etc etc. And therefore you see this is very important for us as far as the the scientific, as far as the academic career is concerned for any individuals. And that's the reason that I have taken this particular aspect, and this is how the title which I have selected. Next one. Next. Am I audible? Yeah. So now, four pillars for the perception of scientific research, especially scientific research. If we talk about the scientific research, then, four things are very, very important. And most of the time, students, they, or, the faculty members or research students, they do not know what are the different parameters or what are the different perception for the scientific research. The first is research. If you are interested to develop the research, then what you require the fund, because without finance, without financial help, it may not be possible to develop your own research group and develop your own research lab, etc etc. And when you get the funding from the research for the various agency, then they go for publications, they ask the publications. But when you start your research and when you take the funding from the various funding agencies, then they are now very much interested for the protection of IP and simultaneously publications. So there are four different pillars, and we focus on all the four pillars during the course of 1.5 hours. And if you have any problem in this particular slide, you please tell me, because here IP protection, IP means intellectual property, and intellectual property is very important right now to protect it. And for the protection of IP, we have a different tools like copyright, patent, trademark, or industrial design, or geographical indication, etc etc. And when we talk about the publication, then publication, now there is a Q1, Q2, Q3, journals, etc., and then open access, and then hybrid mode, etc. And this is our publications. Then of course the funding. Now before 5 years the situation for the funding is different, because we have got the varieties of funding is like UGC, DBT, or AICT, or this Department of Science and Technology. But since last 3 years, government has introduced Anusandhan National Research Foundation. This is a statutory body, and now all the funds will be routed through only Anusandhan National Research Foundation. And Anusandhan National Research Foundation is passed by the Parliament Act, and now the Prime Minister, the Honorable Prime Minister, is the chairman of this Anusandhan National Research Foundation. And then the other board members are there, and they will make the strategy for funding the different agencies. You will find that by and large now, since last 1.5 years or 2 years, you will find that all the funds will be routed through Anusandhan National Research Foundation. Then of course I'll go to the research. So when we talk about the research, so what is the meaning of research? How research is important? So if I will ask the participant, what kind of the research is important in your life? So what will be your reply? Now please you tell me. What will be your reply? What is research? What type of the different research, you tell me.
ये एक इंटरेक्टिव सेक्शन है, यदि कोई भी पार्टिसिपेंट्स बात करना चाहता है, डिस्कस करना चाहता है, अपने ऑडियो को अनम्यूट करके आप बात कर सकते हैं सर के साथ, प्लीज.
Yeah. So that I can get the idea, because I make my strategy in a different way. The presentation will be same. I have given this presentation in the Lucknow last year, but then my perception is different, because here all the faculty members are there. Ankurji told me that he have got the faculty members, and therefore my perception or my strategy for the lecture is completely different, and that's the reason that we start with the research. What type of research? I give the I give the little bit clue, say like fundamental research and applied research. Now it is up to you how to classify the research. When you start the research, or if you are interested in research, after completion of MSc, you can join the PhD by clearing the NET, SLAT, or even this national level agency, national level examinations, and start your research. But that is initial stage. But suppose when you pass the when you finish your PhD, and when you start the faculty members, at that time your approach will be completely different. And therefore you see, I am just I have a curiosity that what kind of the research are you dealing, or what kind of the research are you interested. And then we'll go to the funding, then we'll go to the IP protection, and then we'll go to the publications, right? So this slide is very important. I can spend at least 5 to 10 minutes in this slide, but I also wish that you also just think. If the thinking process will start in your mind, then your mindset will be changed, and then it is very interesting that I have given a lecture. Otherwise just I read, or when I explain my views, then what about your views? Because according to your views, I have to change my also mindset, right? And therefore you see, these are the 4 pillars I told you. Now let us have a one by one interaction regarding these 4 pillars, because this is very important nowadays. If you start any research in the scientific community, then the publication is important, IP protection is important, funding is also important, and how you will get the funding, or what is the base of research, on the base of research, how you can get the funding. This is very important, and all the 4 pillars are very important. All the 4 pillars are interconnected with each other. I don't know whether you know or you do not know, but after my lecture, your mindset will be completely changed. Now please this is my small request to all the participants. This is our family members, and therefore you don't make any confusion, or आप जो भी आपका माइंड में जो भी प्रश्न है, मैं ऐसा नहीं हूँ, मैं अभी एक्सपर्ट नहीं हूँ, आपके पास से सीखने के लिए मैं आया हूँ, तो मुझे कुछ सीखना तो मिलना चाहिए ना, अदरवाइज मेरा क्या होगा बताइए, मेरी दुकान कैसे चलेंगी? तो मैं आप सबको इनवाइट करता हूँ कि जस्ट यू टेल मी.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, please.
This is Dr. Astha Dewan from Hisar.
Okay.
सर हम जो रिसर्च करते हैं, हम या तो किसी टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट पे वर्क करते हैं, या फिर कुछ न्यू प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट पे वर्क करते हैं, या फिर कुछ सोसाइटल बेनिफिट के लिए कुछ ऐसा इनोवेट करते हैं जो कि एनवायरनमेंट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से सस्टेनेबल हो.
Yeah.
तो ऐसी चीजों पे हम रिसर्च करवाते हैं
Acha,
और
so
करते हैं
that
इनफैक्ट
that
खुद।
means, madam, what I understand that, this is called application-based research, right? So you are working in the field of applied research. Hmm?
Sir, I'm basically from food technology department.
Yeah, fine. I do agree with you, but
Right, applied
the way
sciences.
the way in which you ask me or you are interact with me, the interaction with me, in that case, what I understand that you are interested in application research, right? Application-based research. Hmm?
Yes,
Or applied
yes.
research, okay, which will be useful to the society. Now, when you start or when you invent something, in that case, what happened? The first and foremost thing is because to invent something requires a lot of efforts and a lot of time from your life, and therefore the first and foremost thing is the protection of IP. Do you have any idea what is the IP or how the IP is protected? So this is very important because since you are working in the field of application based research or applied research, in that case the first and foremost thing before go for publication, before you put your product to the public domain, then you should have a protection of IP, and intellectual property is very very important. And before publication, before going to the public domain, you should go for protection of IP. This is my small request to you or my small suggestions to you. Okay, next one.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, please.
Good evening, sir. This is Dr. Ayushi.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm currently working in LPU, Lovely Professional University.
Okay, fine. In
And
Punjab, no?
yes, sir, in
Yeah,
Punjab.
yeah.
My research area is basically agricultural extension.
Okay.
So I have worked in my PhD on e-readiness level. So I quantified the data by
Okay.
collecting it from field, and I
Okay.
identified perception level of all the stakeholders that are involved in agriculture in
Okay.
terms of their attitude level measurement towards use of ICT tools. So
Okay.
overall, if I concise it, so it is quantification in terms of numbers that I am more interested in, so that we can give a crisp and statistical figure to the world that what exactly the stakeholders are, what's their level of
Yeah.
use.
Okay, but then what is the output? Because you are working and what is the output? Because output is also very important. What is the sample size? How your hypothesis will be useful for the society or common people, etc., etc. So your work is probably the combination of fundamental research, and on the basis of fundamental research, data collection, you
Yes,
can come up with a something new, and that will be useful to the societal benefit, right?
yes, sir. Sir,
So,
I almost surveyed around 500 to 600 individuals.
okay.
According to that, I got the data and
Yeah.
I transferred into a numeral in terms of percentage and other
Okay.
forms of
So have you prepared the policy documents for that?
not exactly policy documents, but I worked with a software where I quantified my data. Like I
Okay.
collected in terms of a scale. If I,
So
try.
you have developed new software?
No, sir. I developed a scale on which I measured their level, and the scale was in terms of rating, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, fine. But so no, you have developed the new scale, right? And
Yes, sir.
that will be useful for the person who is developing the software, right?
Exactly, sir.
So in that case, have you taken the copyright?
No, sir. No copyright
So
yet.
this is very important, madam.
Okay,
Because
sir.
see, you should, first take the copyrights, and it is very easy. And when you take the copyrights, it will be useful for 60 years. And if you are not available in this world, then, your family members will get all the, benefit of that. So copyright is very important. That will be useful for 60 years, no?
Okay, sir.
And I personally feel that if it is connected, if you collect the data and then data will be useful for someone, he can also develop the hypothesis, and on the basis of the hypothesis, they can develop some computer tools and all. In that case, if you take the copyrights, in that case, I think probably it will be benefited to you even in the future. So if someone is interested to use your data, in that case,
Yes,
you
sir.
can interact with them, you can deal with them and say that what will be my intellectual property, what will the cost of my intellectual property. All this is very important, and that is the reason that Why, I am talking about these 4 pillars? Because
Yes.
I don't know whether you have, explore the other presentation in this way. I do not have any idea, but my perception is completely different. My understanding is different for the, presentation, or when I give the talk at that time, I always invite the questions from the participants, so that, let us have some more insight, or at least the churning process will start in your mind. That will be very much useful. Sometimes, you do not know anything, and you are putting your data, you are putting your research in the public domain, and ultimately you are out, and your invention will be useful to someone else. Next one.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, I am Dr. Sayanika Bora from Assam Agricultural University.
Okay.
Sir, I have a question that which type of research has more weightage in publication? I want to say that suppose action research or experimental or exploratory, what type of research has more get more preference in publication in good journal or good impact factor journal?
So, madam, recently, after my lecture, or right now, I am sharing one article which
Yes, sir.
is published in JACS. Have you heard the name of JACS, Journal of American Chemical
Yeah.
Society?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, the person who has published the paper in
Yes,
the
sir.
JACS, to publish the paper in JACS is a, dream. I'm
Yeah.
working in chemistry and I don't have any single publication in JACS. So that guy has published the paper on the design of stirrer. I think within 1 minute, if you can allow me to spare this to the, you know, Ankurji. 1 minute, 1 minute. I'll just share this publication.
डेफिनेटली करिए डॉक्टर साहब, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल करिए
मैं
प्लीज.
कर दूं आपको 1 मिनट में. Yeah, this is a wonderful article, and this article I have never seen in my life. And in the Marwadi University, I am also going to Marwadi University 5 days a month. And there, we had a 3 hours discussion for the publication of this article. अंकुर जी, मैंने आपको एक आर्टिकल भेजा है. That is, the title of this article is Magnetic
भेजा है आपने.
Stirring
हाँ, हाँ.
may cause the irreproducible result in the chemicals reactions, right? So this paper is based on stirrer, no? That's a magnetic stirrer. So we never thought that the person who has published the paper with the magnetic stirrer. So magnetic stirrer is not a hi-fi technology, because by and large, you have heard you have used the magnetic stirrer, right? And magnetic stirring. So this is how the publication is. There is nothing like any thumb rule that this particular branch will be useful for a good publication. All it depends on your perception, on or depends of your personal liking, dislikings, and your personal observation. Ankurji, probably during my lecture, if you have a mobile WhatsApp number, then you please circulate to all the participants so that they can get the idea that
Definitely, I will do the needful.
yeah. So, because see, this is a very simple things, madam. And with the help of simple things, suppose if you are dealing with your experimentations, but your observation and your thinking process should be out of box. If it is out of box, then definitely, probably you will have very good publications. So it's not like that if you are working on experimental science, you are working on theoretical science, or you are working on applied science, or applied research, or applied agriculture. But all it depends on individual observation, individual approach to the scientific experimentations or scientific matter. So this is I am given the, madam, for your answer, I have given one JACS publication. JACS publication is one of the most prestigious Journal of American Chemical Society, is popularly known as JACS, right? And this JACS publication I have given the Ankurji. You collect this PDF from Ankurji. This is wonderful publications which I have seen. I think this is the most recent publication. So this is how it is very important. Next, I think, madam, you are satisfied with me or
Okay,
not?
okay. Thank you so much, sir. Actually, our problem is that I am from the extension education and communication management background. Actually, we are from social science background.
Yeah,
So
I know.
our
Yeah.
case,
Yeah.
in our case, we face problem for publishing the high impact factor journal. So,
So, madam, if you don't mind, then can I give one suggestions to you?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, madam, please, you initially don't see the impact factor. Just you see that it should be either Wiley or Taylor and Francis. Even if it is one impact factor, it is very important for you. And when you select the, this subscribe journal, open access journals of Wiley or Taylor and Francis or elsewhere, then they are asking, a lot of, things, and therefore don't use this high impact factor. Once you establish your research, once you establish your credibility for the publication, then you can think about the high impact factor. Suppose you are working for PhD program with your guide, and guide has a very high reputation in the publication. He has published like 100 and 150 research paper. When you are working in this group, you can think about 10 impact factor, 8 impact factors, right? But when you start your individual research activity, you start with 1 impact factor, 2 impact factor, 1.5. And once you establish yourself in your field, and once people will recognize you that here is the X or Y is there and they are doing excellent work, then slowly and slowly you can increase. No, so I have not even till my life, I have not published any paper in JACS. No, but I have seen that paper. I am constantly reading the paper of JACS and all. No, so this is how the approach should be. You should change your approach, because initially overnight you cannot publish in a 5 impact factors or 6 impact factor like that. No.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
ओके अंकुर जी बराबर है
हाँ बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल एग्रीड. नेक्स्ट करिए प्लीज.
या because you will get seldom opportunity to interact with the speaker, no, and that's the reason that I am inviting a lot of questions, because you have a lot of questions in your mind, and freely you should exchange the views, no, unless and until if you are not freely exchange your views, I think probably you are at a loss, right? Now the pillars of open science. See, open science nowadays, this is the 21st century, and now all the publishing house, they are interested in open journals, they are interested in open science. If you remember the arena or time of the corona, most of the journals have opened their sites, and you can assess any kind of the paper based on the research on the corona. And that's the reason that open science is very important. And you can see that this Einstein has never taken the patent or never taken anything regarding the atom bomb, right? So this is how you can find it. But then scientific community and developed country, they're exploring their research by taking by protecting the intellectual property. But now UNESCO in 2021, what the open science is a moment to make the scientific research, including publications, data, physical samples, software, and dissemination, accessible to all level of society, amateur to the professionals. So now the new concept is introduced. I don't know whether you know about this particular concept, and you see that this is the open science. I think how many students have heard the concept of open science? This is very, very important. Please, you tell me. First we'll have a you can see the open scientific knowledge, open science infrastructure. Then open each and every point we are also going to discuss, because unless and until if you are not familiar with a certain terminology, I think probably it will be not possible for you to understand the things. Then open engineering and societal actors. Then open dialogue with the other knowledgeable systems. So these are the 4 different aspects, and these 4 aspects, like open scientific infrastructure, that includes the infrastructure, means laboratory or common use of the laboratory, because now the instruments are very costly. Like if you want to take the NMR, if you want to purchase NMR, that cost of the 4 crore rupees, and 4 crore rupees is very expensive or very big amount for any university, even a small kind of the university. So this is open infrastructure. Then open technological societal act as an open scientific knowledge. So open scientific knowledge is directly connected with the research paper, or how to assess the research paper. Because when I meet the youngster at that time, they give me a complaint that sir, we are not in a position to assess the this published paper, how to assess it. So that is also a big problem. And now our honorable Prime Minister have made one subscription, one journals, like that. No, so this concept is already introduced, because our boys and girls can easily assess the scientific knowledge, and then open dialogue with other knowledge systems, right? So this is very interesting. And now you can find that the government of India has made the this one very good institutional process, like JNU is a nodal agency, and JNU will nurture at least 7 to 8 universities like that. This is called a pair university, and this particular concept is very important for open dialogue with other knowledge systems. So this is how how many participants have heard about the open science. Please you honestly tell me, because sometimes I also do not know, but I am the connected with the publication business, and therefore you see I try to get the information late. I am trying to capture the latest information from the society. So please you tell me regarding this slide, no, जो उसमें लिखा है साइंटिफिक पब्लिकेशन, दैट इज द ओपन एसेस, उसका ही सिंबल लगा है, ओपन रिसर्च डाटा, open research, education research. So this is very interesting and very new concept for the society. Now let us please you tell me that how many participants have used this particular aspect, or have you seen the UNESCO paper? UNESCO has published a very good monograph on this particular aspect. Do you have any idea about this? प्लीज यू टेल मी. ये अपना एक फैमिली है, अंकुर जी ने एक बहुत बड़ा फैमिली बनाया है, वहाँ बैठ के पूरे वर्ल्ड में उसने कनेक्टिविटी किया है. सो आई must express my congratulations to Ankur ji. So now this is our family, and in family we have a open, we have frank discussion, and therefore I am asking, I am inviting questions based on this particular, or just what you understand, or what is your thinking, next generation thinking, because you are the stakeholder of this particular aspect, right? So please you just you put your views, no? अंकुर जी आप सबको बताओ कि यार मैं इतना नॉलेजेबल नहीं हूं, मैं सबके पास सीखने के लिए आया हूं, तो थोड़ा भी उसमें इंटरेक्शन करेंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा हमको.
जी जी प्लीज इस इंटरेक्टिव सेशन की सार्थकता सिद्ध करिए. मुझे बहुत तेज जुकाम है, मैं खुद बोल नहीं पा रहा हूं, लेकिन प्लीज बोलते रहिए, क्वेश्चंस पूछते रहिए, और इस सेशन को बहुत ही इंटरेक्टिव बनाते हुए इसका जो आउटकम आए वो बेहतरीन रिसर्च पेपर, बेहतरीन आर्टिकल्स, अच्छे अच्छे पेटेंट. सर पेटेंट में भी बहुत बड़े महारत हैं, कॉपीराइट में भी बहुत बड़े महारत हैं, और मुझे बताते हुए बड़ी खुशी हो रही है इस प्लेटफॉर्म पर कि सर के लेक्चर के लिए आप सुन के सरप्राइज्ड हो जाएंगे, शॉक्ड हो जाएंगे. मुझे कंट्रोलर जनरल ऑफ इंडिया, डिजाइन पेटेंट गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया, प्रोफेसर उन्नत पंडित साहब ने खुद बोला था कि डॉक्टर अंकुर, इंडिया में यदि सबसे बड़ा साइंटिफिक राइटिंग और रिसर्च पेपर राइटिंग और पेपर पे अगर कोई वैज्ञानिक है तो जिसका नाम मैं दे रहा हूं वो सर हैं. तो आप इनकी प्रतिभा को नहीं जानते, आप इनकी बौद्धिक क्षमता को नहीं जानते. आपके जो क्वेश्चंस हैं आप इनसे पूछते रहिए,
क्योंकि जब आप क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे तभी हमको लगेगा ना कि यार मैं कोई फिक्स स्ट्रेटेजी बना के नहीं आया हूँ, मेरे पास स्लाइड है, आपके ऊपर का क्वेश्चन और आपका जो इंटरेस्ट है उसके ऊपर मैं स्ट्रेटेजी बनाता जा रहा हूँ, इंस्टेंट बनाता जा रहा हूँ. तो ये क्या है कि थोड़ा तो आप स्लाइड पे पूछेंगे तो मुझे अच्छा लगेगा. बाकी तो क्या होगा कि मैं ऐसे अंकुर जी को बोलूंगा कि यार स्लाइड बदल दो, तो हम नेक्स्ट स्लाइड पे चला जाएंगे, उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. लेकिन थोड़ा तो ये नया कंसेप्ट है. ये बताओ कि हाउ मेनी पार्टिसिपेंट दे नो द ओपन साइंस. द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ ओपन साइंस इज nowadays very important in 21st century, and this is directly connected with the open AI and chat GPT.
Good evening,
So-
sir.
Yeah, please madam.
सर आपके क्वेश्चन का आंसर देना चाहूंगी. मैं फर्स्ट टाइम ओपन साइंस के बारे में आपसे सुन रही हूँ, तो मैं
अच्छा,
के बारे में जानने के लिए इंटरेस्टेड हूँ कि ये हमें कैसे हेल्प कर सकता है कि एक अच्छा पेपर राइटिंग करने के लिए. सर
देखो मैं बताऊं, देखो वहां आपने लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में वो लॉक का सिंबल देखा है,
जी सर.
वहां साइंटिफिक पब्लिकेशन लिखा है.
जी सर.
So that scientific publications will be accessible to all the scientific person, right? And then, here on my right, you can find it open science infrastructure.
जी
Now,
जी
suppose if I take my, subject. Now, I am working in medicinal chemistry. I am working in chemistry, right? Those who are interested to work on chemistry, they require the characterization, right? Like NMR, IR, C13, XRD, lot of instruments are there, SAM, TEM, lot of instruments are there. Now, if I am interested to publish one good paper, then what I require the characterization. So characterization require the huge amount of the fund, right? So entire NMR, IR, XRD, SAM, TEM, that it costs 75 to 1 lakh rupees. Now the concept of open science infrastructure means the public funded institute where straightway you can go and work for your your scientific research. So this is the things which is coming up in our country. A lot of institutions where government is thinking to establish a lot of public funded open science institutes. So this will be useful to you. Then open scientific knowledge. So scientific knowledge means it comes under the publications, it comes under the it will include the this IP protection, etc., fundings, etc. So this is how this will be useful. Now open research data. Now suppose if you have one madam was telling that I am working on agriculture and I'm collecting a lot of data like that. So open research data is with you, or if you are interested to utilize the data, then freely available data, then it will be very much useful. Open educational research resources. Now suppose if you are working in postgraduate, or if you are have higher education, you are in higher education, and freely available literature, freely available content of the course syllabus, etc., then it will be very much useful. So like it should be very interesting thing. Okay.
yes sir, thank you so much sir.
Okay, next.
Excuse me, sir. I have a query.
Yeah.
Sir, we are talking about open science, and we know that maximum of the journal which are good, which have good impact factor, and they are having good content of article publication in the
Yeah.
form of research or review. They are open access, and they are charging lot of APC,
Yeah.
article publication charges. So, for a researcher who is not having that much fund, is quite difficult for that researcher to search the journals which are not having APC, no APC, or very low APC.
So
So, matlab, I want to ask that, and one thing more means regarding this also, there is a concern of open access with the high APC. But one thing, sir, many times in interviewers ask, matlab, good universities, VC ask that how many publication you have without APC. So
yeah,
that is also
madam,
criteria to judge the.
madam, I can understand your point, right? So
Right.
if you allowed me, then I will take up your questions, right?
Sure,
This
sure,
is
sir.
a very common questions. When I go to the conference, or when I meet the youngsters, especially research students, I take the example of chemistry. If I take the example of chemistry, then will it be okay to you?
Sure, sir. Yes,
Fine.
that will be
Okay.
okay. One more question I want to add,
Yeah,
you can just
please,
answer in that one.
go
Because
ahead.
many of the people, they go for collaboration publication, like the person who is having the fund and the person who has done the research work, they collaborate and publish. Is it ethical? Means a person is taking the correspondence or co-authorship, but he has not done anything, but he is providing the funds, and other co-authors have done the research work and did the compilation for the publication. So how much it is ethical, and is it good to go for when you are not having that much funds to for the publication in open access or high impact factor journals?
Okay. Now you asked the two questions, right? The first question is how to identify the proper journal, right? That is
Right, sir. With
what
no APC.
no, what I understand. That is correct or not? You tell me, please.
Sure, sir.
Okay. And then second is ethical aspect.
Yes, sir.
This
Yes.
is called the ethical aspects, right? So
Right.
right whether I understand your question properly.
Yes, sir. Yes, you got it right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If I have made the mistake, please you correct me, right?
Sure, sure.
Okay. Now let us come to the first questions, right? Now I am a editor-in-chief of 2 journals of Taylor and Francis. Okay. One is Analytical Chemistry Letter and another is Polycyclic Aromatic Compounds. The impact factor of Analytical Chemistry Letter is 1.6 and Polycyclic Aromatic Compound, that is 2.6. Okay. Now both the journals we are not charging anything. So it is the duty of your guide. It is your own duty. Then first you should try to find out the first, suppose if you are working in medicinal chemistry, then you should try to find out, you should have a list of 10 research, 10 name of 10 journals, right? Which will start, which the impact factor will start from 1 to 5. And if you go through, then there are two things. There are hybrid models. Have you heard the name of hybrid models in the publications?
Yes, sir. They
Okay.
have both the points. They
fine.
go for
Fine.
without APC also and APC also, open
Okay,
access also.
fine. Now, you please tell me, suppose if you do not have a fund, then which will be you prefer? You prefer the subscription journal or open access?
Subscription journal.
Then
Hi.
it is then
No
your
APC.
then the reply is in your the reply is already you have given the reply, no? So in
But
that case, what
those
happened?
journals are very limited, sir. And
No,
sometimes
madam, no. I don't agree with you. I can give you the name of 10 chemistry journal. Right now, I can give you, like, say, for example, Indian Journal of Chemistry. This is open access and they are not charging. This is published by CSIR. Indian Journal of Biochemistry, Biophysics, Indian Journal of Agriculture Research. All these CSIR journals are open access and they are not charging single penny, right? Then, of course, Indian Chemical Society, they are also not charging anything. It is published by elsewhere. Then Analytical Chemistry Letter. I'll give you n number of journals, right? It is up to the research, your PhD guide and your research group, that you should try to find out, no? Because if your research guide is senior, like 10 to 15 or 20 years, then every 1 week or 15 days they received the paper from the review purpose. When they get the review purpose, at that time your guide should try to find out that every day, every week I am getting one paper for review purpose, right? So I try to get the and this is how I am getting the name of the journals, right? So in that case, what happened, you see, if you do not have money, suppose if you are not able to afford the plane fare, in that case, suppose if you want to go to the Delhi from Punjab or Delhi from Lucknow, then you should select the bus also. Otherwise, you can have a flight. So similarly, you can have a then try to identify the subscription journal, and then once you identify this journal, then you try to identify the thrust area, and then you try to fit. Then you collect the several articles, and then you try to understand. You try to read this article and how you are fit in this particular journal, so that your problem is out. Then your problem will be solved. This is the reply of your first question. So you should try, initially you should try with 0.5 impact factor, 1 impact factor. Gradually you should increase, and then you can get a very good publication. What I did, same thing in my life, no? I had a lot of problem. And then again, one more question that I received from student, that they said that we publish our paper and it is rejected. Then you try to understand, you try to think that why your paper is rejected. There is some base, there is some comments you received, and this is how you should try to focus on that. Then second is ethical aspect, right? This comes under ethical aspect. Now suppose in medicinal chemistry, I was working in medicinal chemistry, and I do not have a computational chemistry. I am interested to introduce the computational chemistry in my research paper. And therefore, you see, I have found out the 6 research groups, those who are working in the field of computational chemistry. And then, I give my results of biological activity, and they use the molecular docking, molecular simulations, and then DFT studies. And this is how we have started the collaborative. But in this collaboration, again the computational chemistry will be taken care of by other group, and I did the synthesis part and then activity. Then one more thing is when you go to my research paper, go to the Google and Professor NC Desai, I put it, you will get large number of published paper. Then in the medicinal chemistry, there are three components. One is synthetic part, another is biological activity, and third is computational chemistry. Even fourth is also there, that is the XRD, or fourth is also there. In that case, the characterization. So in that case, what happened, you see, then I have to decide whether I synthesize the compound. I'll ask for the anti-cancer or anti-HIV activity to other group, then they will naturally say that, what about authorship? So since they are also screening your compound, they write that particular portion, they interpret that particular portion. So it is our moral duty to give them authorship. Then of course, if we go for computational chemistry, if a person is, you give the computational data, he writes the entire, portion of computational chemistry, then there is no harm of giving the data. Then authorship. Then another thing which you raised it, suppose now I don't want to put the name, but now I have received a lot of proposal that are you taking any charge, or like I said, no, we are not taking any charge, right? And now in the Gulf country, now the scientific community, they said that if you put my name and I will bear the open access expense, this is purely unethical practice, which I firmly believed it. So if in collaboration, if the other group will significantly contribute to enhance your research or for the publication of good journals, then there is no harm to give the authorship. Because when you submit the paper and if you received the comments from that particular aspect, like computational chemistry, so then I'll pass on. I was also pass on the the comments of computational chemistry to other group, and they solved it. And this is how we have a very good. You read my paper, then you can find that latest papers. You can see that there is a lot of couple of 3-4 groups we have added in one paper, which we publish in the Medchem research letter. No. So this is how medicinal chemistry letters. No, this is published by ACS. So this is how without giving any contribution, if someone is asked the authorship, this is purely unethical practice. Or even suppose sometime if they said that you use my instrumental facility. So if you want to use the instrumental facility, in that case they ask, because otherwise you pay the 50,000 rupees. No. So this is what it is going on in our country. No. I think probably I have solved your doubt.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. You have very well explained and clearly defined all my means, clearly cleared all the questions.
Yeah. So
With
you are
perfect
working,
answer. Thank you, sir.
you are working in which field?
Sir, I'm working as assistant professor in the Department of Food Technology
Yeah.
at GGSNT Hisar, Guru Jambeshwar University of
Acha,
Science and Technology.
have you heard the name of CFTIR?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's in Mysore.
That's
That CFTRI. It's in Mysore and a very
Mysore.
हाँ जी सर बहुत अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटी है
नहीं, यूनिवर्सिटी नहीं है, CSR लैब है, CSR लैब है, यूनिवर्सिटी नहीं है. इट इज CSR लैब.
CFTIR नहीं बोला सर आपने.
हाँ CFTIR मैडम.
CFTIR सर यूनिवर्सिटी
नहीं
है.
वो नहीं सेंटर फॉर फूड टेक्नोलॉजी इंस्टीट्यूट, ये जो CSR की है, आप देख लेना. Okay.
Sure.
Now I give one very good suggestions. Have you gone through the website of this institute, or if you had not gone through, you go through, and then you
so for the CIL Central Instrumental Laboratory. No,
CFTIR Central Food and Technology Institute, that is CSIR lab. आप गूगल में डाल दीजिए, अभी मिल जाएगा. CFTRI बोलते हैं, मैसूर में है. तो उसमें क्या होगा कि आप जहाँ उसकी वेबसाइट पे जाइए और आप जो जिस फील्ड में काम करते हैं उसको वहाँ जो उसका साइंटिफिक कम्युनिटी है उस आप देख लीजिए, and you ask them that I am interested to start the collaborative work, or you just go through the publications so that you can get the list of the journals, and you can identify the list of the journals and try to select appropriate journal for your research. No, these are what you have to just go through. No. Or have you heard the name of CDRI? Central Drug Research Institute, CSR lab, one of the finest lab of our country, one of world renowned lab of our country. There also they are doing work on food technology, no?
लखनऊ.
Lucknow, yeah, that's fine.
Surely, sir, I'll keep these institute in my mind
तो
for the
आपको
further
जो
research.
जर्नल के लिस्ट भी देखने के हैं, तो ऐसी इंस्टीट्यूट में जाइए, उसकी वेबसाइट पे, वहाँ जो साइंटिस्ट काम करते हैं आपके फील्ड में, उसको आप देखिए, और वो लोग कहाँ पब्लिकेशन करते हैं वो भी देखिए, और जो पेपर है उसको आप डाउनलोड करिए, और उसके बाद जो रेफरेंस बिब्लियोग्राफी आप दिया है वहाँ से आप पकड़ लीजिए रेफरेंस जर्नल्स का नाम. सो देयर इज अ ट्रिक हाउ टू आइडेंटिफाई नेम ऑफ जर्नल्स, नो? So
Right, sir,
you
got the point
you
from the cross-referencing
yeah.
with the
You
journal.
first identify the research paper which is already published and it is under your thrust area, and then you go through the reference bibliography, and then you try to identify latest reference, right? So that you can get the name of the journals. I don't think you will find any problem. For even I am using this technique for identifying the appropriate reviewer for my journals, no? Hmm?
Thank you so much, sir. That was really wonderful.
Pardon? Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, you're
Yeah.
absolutely you're audible. Thank you sir. Thank you for the wonderful tips you have given me and wonderful answers
So
you have shown me
this is
for
why
the guidance.
this is why Ankurji has invited me here, no? Otherwise, it of no use to come and discuss the matter with you. This is why I'm asking you that let us have some problem. So let us have some discussion. You just discuss your problem so that everybody will have a advantage for this. Okay, Ankurji.
हाँ जी सर.
Next one. Okay. Now, again, 6 pillars of open science. No, we have already discussed the varieties of, criterias for the open science, and I am trying to correlate with the open science, because nowadays all the publishing agency, they are interested in open access, because open access publication is a lucrative business, and that's the reason that now, like Royal Society of Chemistry, their 70% journals are converted into open access, and therefore when it will be converted into open access, then we are out as an Indian, because in India no funding, as in no university, government universities, central university, IITs, they are not giving any fund for the open access publication. Of course, some private universities started, where I am working in Marwadi University, and if you want to publish the research paper of Q1 journal, Q2, then they give 50,000 rupees, no? Like other universities also behaving in this way. So this is the sixth principle: open data, then open access, this is very important, then open methods, this is also very important. When you use the scientific methodology in your journal, at that time the open methods are very important, and try to identify, like if I am interested to screen the antimicrobial activity, in that case all the now this broad dilution methods and all, they are available in public domain. Then open peer review is also very important, right? The greater scientific rigorous, thorough increase the security of data and methods. Then open source and open resources. No, so this is very important. All these 6 criterias are very important for this open science. Next. Right. So now, you are talking about the ethical practice, madam, right? So one is values, another is principle. So open access is directly connected to the values and principle. I will give one very good example of Shodh Ganga. Now, if you submit your PhD thesis, so UGC has made it in the public, that is Shodh Ganga. So theses are uploaded in the Shodh Ganga. But now, by the help of this thesis, people are making, एक का दो का तीन बनाते हैं. So that is totally unethical practice. That is because UGC has got the very good intention that let all the research students should have open access of the PhD thesis which is submitted for the PhD program, for the PhD degree in our country. But now people are making, misuse out of that. So the values versus the principles, right? So this is the another aspects of open, that is quality and integrity. So when you are working, if you are not able to publish your 10 papers, but don't try to flout the integrity. Don't manipulate the data, because manipulation of the data will create the retraction of the paper. So the highest rate of the retraction in the countries in the world is China, and second is our country. And therefore, be careful that integrity there should not be any compromise in integrity. Then collective benefit. So this is very important. When you are talking about the open science, then you should know that you are working in one area, and suppose you have got the limitation of certain things, then you try to find out the collaborator and try to find out the person who is working in a little bit advanced than you. Then equity and fairness. So in publication, the fairness is very important, right? So if you write any data, then there should not be any plagiarism. Now there is a lot of software are available in the with the publishers, and therefore you see fairness is very important. Diversity and inclusiveness, this is also very important. Now suppose today if you are working in one field, and after 5 years, if there is a tremendous advancement in your field, then you must adopt the diversity. Unless and until if you are not able to diversity, I think you are loser. So all these 4 points are very important. Whereas principle, the transparency, scrutiny, then critics and reproducibility. The reproduced results are very important in the especially in the area of science, agriculture, or even in the area of this health science, etc., etc. Equal opportunities, then responsibility, respect, and accountability. So accountability is very important. Suppose if you publish one paper, and when it comes under the public domain, then you must have accountability. If someone say that I am interested to I am not able to get the reproducible results, then it is your responsibility that you have to just justify the the expectations of another, right? Then collaborations, then participation, inclusion, then flexibility, and then sustainability. So flexibility and sustainability directly connected with diversity, and this is how this is the entire key factors of open science, or you can say scientific development in the 21st century. So if you have any questions in that case, otherwise let us go to the new slides. Go to the new slide. Why open science? Question arises that what is the reason? Now, maybe you have heard the name of Dr. M.C. Vani. Dr. M.C. Vani was the first Indian who has identified, who has discovered the Taxol drug, which is useful for the treatment of breast cancer. When I met him in the Mumbai in 1997, and on his recommendation, I had been to the USA, Harvard University. So when I met him, he said that, I have invented the Taxol. If you go to the, Google Scholar, then you will get the name of Dr. M.C. Vani, and he was the person, he is sole inventor. But then he has not taken any, patent. He said that it is available in public domain. He has showed me a lot of papers, lot of appreciation letter from the woman who has cured the breast cancer in his life, and this is how the concept of open access is very important, because otherwise the developed country will explore the scientific community to the undeveloped country, and this is how the concept of open science is there, that is efficiency, quality and integrity, economic benefits. So with the help of social and economic development is directly connected with the open science, then global benefits. Like, we have seen in case of, this corona, almost all the 4 or 5 multinational companies, they have opened up the, vaccine technology. And this is how, we have a couple of company they have prepared the vaccine, and this vaccine technology has they have not taken any they have not protected IP, and that is available in public domain, and therefore it will be very it was a very useful for global community. So this is what public disclosure and engagement. So this is the glorious example of vaccine for the coronavirus. So this is how it has got the certain certain advantage or disadvantage. So if you have any questions, please you ask me, otherwise we'll go to the next one. Ankurji, I think probably you might have seen something about the open access prior to that. Ankurji? Hello? Am I audible? I
Yes,
think
sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Audible,
So
sir.
yeah. So have you seen about, have you heard, or have you discussed something about the open access, open scientific access, or open science? Please, any question if you have, then you ask me. Otherwise, we'll go to the next one.
ठीक है, नेक्स्ट करिए रोहित जी.
Fine. Next. Now we have discussed about the open science. Now let us have a at least brief about the NEP 2020. Now everybody is familiar and everybody is aware about the NEP. National Education Policy 2020. Now it is completely open like foreign countries. Previously we were in a watertight compartment. Suppose someone has taken the engineering, he cannot have a chance to take the subject of arts, commerce, or any other subjects like that. Similarly in medicine, similarly in other branches also there. And now open NEP has made the open, everything is open for the education. And this is how this national education policy is based, the first education policy of the 21st century, aims to address many growing development imperative of our countries. Now with the help of this new education policy, the entire education is opened up, and now Indian knowledge system is also introduced. And if you are interested to have a study about the Indian knowledge systems, then a lot of things are new and new coming, right? This is how it is useful. Next. Next. Yeah. So that is the, this, they have focused on primary level education, they have focused on higher education, but in higher education, high quality of, they have introduced the word, the high quality of research and publications. Why people are, crazy about the publications? Why the authority, they're asking about the quality based research and publications? Because, now when the NAC has taken the visit of your college or institutions or any agency which is equivalent to the NAC, they have got the maximum weightage is given to the research, publication, and patents, or intellectual property. Sorry. And because of this, now every institutions, they are asking about the high quality of research. They have made the lot of parameters for enhancing the quality of research, quality of publications. And now most of the institutions, they have got a separate IP policy. Previously, when I was before 2020, 2015 or 2010, we don't have IP policy, right? But now UGC, AICT, and all the regulatory bodies, they are asking about the IP policy. And this is how the most fundamental or most important aspect as far as the assistant professor is concerned, as far as the higher education is concerned, the quality based research and publication is important. And that's the reason that today I'm going to, today I've started with this topic, and we start with open science. This is a new concept which will be very much useful, and in the coming days the open science concept will be very much useful for the social and economic development of any country. And this is how the 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 WIPO has also plunged in this particular business. Next. So now 1 minute. Do you have now? I think this is completely clear in your mind that why the institutions, why the authorities are asking about the publication research, and now even in the IP is also important. Now when you go to the interview, then people will ask about you, what is your IP portfolio, like your financial portfolio. So now IP portfolio is very important. So IP portfolio means research publication, what is your citation, what is your H index, what is the I index, how many patents, how many copyrights, how many this trademark registration, how many design, how many industrial design you have, etc. Are you interested for the geographical indications, etc., etc. So this is very important. It is a cumulative research, publication, and intellectual property. So patent, previously it was research and publication, but now research, patent, and publication. Now there are three things. Previously it was research and publication, but now institutions are asking that research, patent, and publication. So first you make the research, then you protect the IP, and then you go for publications. So now if you have any problem in this particular 2-3 slides, please you ask me, so that we'll have a very good discussion. Because I think probably in the other, I don't know about other lecture, but in my lecture you will get an opportunity to interact with the with me, or maybe sometime you will seldom get an opportunity to ask the question during the course of presentation or during the course of lecture. But I am very open. You can ask any questions. You can say, sir, you please give me the reply of this particular question. I don't have any problem, because everything is conceptually I have a clear thing in my mind, or maybe sometime it is not clear, then I will say that I will read, and then I will give the reply. But by and large it is never happened. No. Next. So you please just at least you can have a couple of questions, so that we can have a questions. Then this is very important, and then it will be very useful for me also, that what is the what things are going in your mind. Because I am 68, and you may be a 25 to 30 or 35, right? So there is a vertical gap between me and you, and that's the reason that I am trying to get the idea about your young mind, no? Because your ignite that will also useful for me for the next presentation, right? And that's the reason that I am inviting the question. Yeah, please.
So, as you have said, that the publication and patents and everything is so important nowadays,
Yeah.
and do, but then don't you think it has become a business now, that everybody, it has become mandatory for the researchers, for the scientists, and it has put an external pressure on the APs or the scientists, because they are people are there's a market over there, where where you can just buy things, like you
What?
buy fruits
What?
and vegetables,
No,
you
no, no,
buy
no, no,
patent.
no, madam. What, you buy the patent? No, madam, I think
What do
little
you
bit
say about it?
I'll correct it, right? Now, suppose when you are joined the research institute, or maybe you are joined the academic institution, okay? So when you join the academic institution, it is a very competitive things. And maybe you have significantly contributed in particular field, and then you will be selected. So when I give the 80,000 rupees, when I give the 1 lakh rupees to you, then at least institution should have some expectation from you, like teaching is your primary duty. But then they ask that the faculty members should be grooming. How you will groom? By the help of research. So when you involve the research, then what the institution will spend the money. When they spend the money, then they ask about the publication. But in that case, sometime what happens, if you are getting very good results, then they will always say that you go for patent. So then I think this is not an extra pressure. There is nothing like business. And I personally feel that why I'm talking about the IP policy, because see, now each and every institutions have a IP policy. Suppose you are working in X field. Suppose you are working in new molecules. You take the patent, and your patent is commercialized. Then you can get also 30%. So that is a
That
wonderful thing
is
for
true,
you.
sir, but
Yeah.
yes, that is, I agree with you at one point of time, but then I'm just saying that now, if people are going to run after the patents, people are going to
No,
run
no,
after
but
the
it's not like just you open
papers,
the
and then
switch,
it
madam.
has
Just
become a
no,
so
madam. Just you open the switch, and
the
you will get the
reality
light.
of the
No.
today's world, whether
See,
okay.
madam, it is not so easy to take the patent. it's a very complicated process, right? But the patent is useful for you only. Now suppose patent is granted in your name, then you never know that after 5 years somebody is interested if you have commercialization. Then because see, sometime I got only 4 patent. I worked for the 35 years and then 40 years in the field of research, and at the end of fag end I got the 4 patents. So that is a wonderful. Now suppose it is in public domain, if somebody is interested for this my patent, then they go to the university and university will call me and they said that, sir, we'll give you 40% and 60% will be given to university. So I'll be the happiest person. So this is how there is what, see, when institutions is giving at least 75 to 80,000 rupees, then they have a certain expectations, right? Hmm? And there is nothing wrong for any expectation. And also you also, how you are recognized in your field, you tell me. Unless and until if you are teaching in classroom, then maybe you are popular for only a certain class or a certain group of the students. But suppose if you publish a very good papers, then entire world, you are recognized in entire world. No, this is the real this is a real role of the teachers. No, the good teachers and good researchers are both are different thing. I have seen so many persons, they are good, excellent teacher, but they are not good researcher. I have seen that some are the very good researcher, they are not good in class. No, so both the things are different, and the approach of both the things are also different. To become a good researcher is very difficult. It's not like then any Tom, Dick, and Harry can come and start the experimentations in laboratory and have a good research. Or maybe you can get a very good, because then you must have a very good observation, right? So like Newton, so he was lying on the tree and he has seen that apple is coming down. Then he was thinking, and this is how the Newton mechanics and Newton laws are developed, right? Everybody has, prior to that, it was not like that. The apple was on the tree. So this is how you must have very good sharp observation power. What is happening around you, that is also very important, and sometimes that is converted into your research hypothesis. No. Next, I think probably, madam, you might be satisfied. No.
Good evening, sir.
या प्लीज अंकुर जी, यहाँ गर्ल्स ही एक पूछती है तो बॉयज क्यों नहीं पूछते क्वेश्चंस? हैं अंकुर जी, सब गर्ल्स
वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट
हैं, वो तो है लेकिन
नारी सशक्तिकरण।
नहीं वो तो है लेकिन वो कोई बॉयज या वो जो अपना वो मेल है वो कोई पूछता नहीं है। फीमेल है तो आई एम द हैप्पीएस्ट पर्सन, क्योंकि मुझे ईश्वर ने 2 बेटियां दिया है, तो आई एम द हैप्पीएस्ट पर्सन। आई एम अ फादर ऑफ 2 डॉटर्स। नो, मुझे अच्छा लगता है, लेकिन वो कोई
भाई हमारे मेल पार्टिसिपेंट से हमारी रिक्वेस्ट है कि अब हमारे प्रेस्टेज पे आ गई है, हमारे नाक पे आ गई है, तो हमारा जो मेल समुदाय है ना, तो मेल समुदाय से निवेदन है कि प्लीज आप भी क्वेश्चंस पूछिए। अब हमारी कम्युनिटी पे बनाई है।
नहीं ये जस्ट मैंने क्यूरियोसिटी का मैंने पूछा।
नहीं आपकी बात बिल्कुल सही है। नारी सशक्तिकरण के साथ साथ हमें पुरुष सशक्तिकरण भी करना पड़ेगा। मेल एम्पावरमेंट।
देखो वो जो बंदा क्या सोचते हैं वो मुझे तो पता होना चाहिए ना, क्योंकि ये तो अभी सब लड़कियां पूछ रही है अभी। मैडम ओके, गो अहेड। नो प्लीज।
Yes, sir. I earlier sent one paper in Taylor and Francis Journal, and it got rejected twice due to few minor errors, you can say. The major comment was that the observation or the results of my research paper was not, you can say, up to the level of that country.
नोवेल्टी उसको बोलते हैं।
Yes, sir. So the journal was from Netherlands. So my main question is that mostly I have observed, I might be wrong also, but I have observed that journals that are based from outside the country, Willis, Scopus, or Taylor and Francis, they somehow are reluctant to fit in the data of India. This is just my observation. I might be wrong also, but like, because our research that we do in our MSc or PhD, it is based on a specific region. It is not all over the India. So that was the main comment that was highlighted in that email that I received from them. So what is the solution for this, or any suggestion from your side that how we can make our papers more acceptable to the people who are sitting far from our country?
Madam, this is a very good question, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, partly they are right, because
Yes.
most of, not only in India, in other countries, they are also making the fabrication of the data. right?
Yes, sir.
So now suppose I don't know about your research. Suppose I'm working on chemistry and I take my example so that immediately you can understand, right?
Sure, sure, sir.
Now suppose if I synthesize a new molecule, so for the publication of my papers require the characterization data. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So characterization data, if I analyze my data from IITs or if I analyze my data from CSR lab, and if I put the name of these institutions in the acknowledgement, right?
Yes, sir.
In the acknowledgement that the characterization is done at the IIT Kanpur, and I am very much thankful to the director of IIT Kanpur. Okay.
Yes,
So that means that now I have made my characterization IIT Kanpur. And the IIT Kanpur has got the very good reputation all over the world. Similarly, suppose if I made my activity in the Central Drug Research Institute, and sometime if I pay the money, in that case, scientists cannot ask the authorship. But then I put the acknowledgement letter, acknowledgement. So smartly, you have to create the validity of your data, because every journals, like even in my journals, I check each and everything, and if I find any suspicious, then I write in a very polite manner and I reject it. So similarly, I do not know about your research, but when you send for the publication, at that time first, how many papers you have collected before preparation of your manuscript? You tell me.
sir, over 100 of papers, and then I segregated all of the papers that I have collected, and almost 60 to 70 bibliography I have or references I have put in that paper.
No, reference is, I suggest you that, the reference, the important thing is you should cite the reference of last 5 years or like that. And
Yes,
one more tips I have given you. Suppose if you want to publish a paper,
yes,
X
sir.
journal. So you try to identify that in the reference section, don't quote my name, but you put the reference of that journal. That will be useful to that journal for increasing the impact factor. That is
Sure,
number
sir.
one.
Sure, sir.
Second thing that before then you identify a very good paper. Suppose 100 papers you have collected, out of which you identify 5 or 7 papers in your 7 papers. Have you identified 5 or 7 papers?
Yes, sir. The major, you
Okay,
can say
okay.
major
And
papers,
then
yes.
what you have you gone through, because the paper consists of title,
Uh,
abstract.
yes, sir. Kind of, yeah.
One minute. You send me. You title is fine. Then
Yes.
abstract. Then
Yes, sir.
keywords.
Yes,
Then
sir.
introduction.
Yes, sir.
Then material and methods.
Yes, sir.
Then results and discussion.
Yes, sir.
Then experimental.
Yeah, yeah.
Then this conclusion.
Conclusion. Yes,
And
sir.
then bibliography.
Yes.
Okay. Now you identify 5 best paper.
Okay.
And have you checked that how they have written abstract?
I tried
You
to,
tried nahi. Have you seen how they are putting their novelty or experimental results in a numericals way, these, that, and
yes,
all?
sir. Yes, sir. Numerical ways they write, yeah.
Fine. Okay, then what about introduction? In the introduction, have you smartly explained the previous work, which is
Uh,
already done by others? Then novelty you have explained, and then with the help of or in continuation of this, we have identified this particular. We report here this experimentation, this particular. ऐसा कोई story बनाया आपने?
sir, I think this part was missing because in the introduction, I put more of the conceptual
No, no,
aspects
no,
of
no,
the
no.
topic. Yeah.
So that is very important, right? So your introduction is weak part. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now you are talking about the data.
Yeah.
That is your experimental section.
Yes, sir.
Then you also try to identify that which type of instruments you have used it, whether use the latest instruments or maybe use the model of 10 years before the instruments. In that case, that will not give a very good data, and
Sure,
that's
sir.
the reason that instrumentations model, that is also very, very important. I check everything. Then results and discussion. So in the results and discussion, have you made the list that Mr. So and so has already done this, that, and but in this particular in this paper we received as different type of results and this result will be useful, ऐसा करके story बना के results and discussion दिया. उसके बाद लास्ट में कंक्लूजन में लिमिटेशंस, देन व्हाट इज फ्यूचरिस्टिक रोड मैप, और किसी ने और किया था, हमने ये किया, हमारा ये रिजल्ट, ऐसी कुछ स्टोरी बनाया था आपने, बताइए.
Sir, in the result section, as you mentioned, I tried to compare the previous studies and my
Yeah.
studies.
Okay,
And
then then because your introduction is weak little bit, in the conclusion have you discussed the limitations of your work, have you
yes,
discussed
few
the
limitations and few future recommendations I gave. The major comment was that the study segment, or you can say the sample size, it
yeah,
was not quite strong enough to make them
fine.
validate my
This
study.
is very interesting. This is very interesting. So now when you submit your paper in other journals, then you
Yes,
should try to increase the sample size, no? Because they have given a very good clue, and that
yeah,
clue you should catch it, no?
okay.
So this is how they have given a vital clue to you, but
Yes,
you
sir.
are not able to identify, and instead of that you are giving the complaint that my paper is. So they said that for our journals what we require, the large number of, we require sample sizes, sample size should be good, because otherwise what happens is with a small sample size you cannot conclude properly, no?
Yeah.
So all this is very important things, and this you should keep in your mind. Next.
Thank you, sir.
No, but it's all right. No problem. Are you satisfied with my reply?
Yes, sir, absolutely, sir. I will improve that paper, and again I'll try to, connect with that same journal because
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
dream journal.
Sure. And then sometime what you change the title smartly and then
Yes,
resubmit it. Try
yes,
abstract also you make little bit modification in the figure, you also make it. And when you
absolutely.
one more thing that when you insert the figure, figure
Yes,
you
sir.
should prepare with yourself only,
Yes, sir, yes, sir. That I do. Yeah.
with BioRender and all lot of software are there, no?
Yes, sir. I
So
agree.
that's yeah. I don't know about your software, but BioRender is also good. Camdraw is also good.
Okay.
So all these software are good, no?
All right,
Next.
sir.
Yeah, please. अंकुर जी, किसी मेल ने नहीं पूछा है अभी, आपकी रिक्वेस्ट ग्रांटेड तो नहीं किया है किसी ने?
मैं क्या करूं सर, मैंने तो बड़ा प्रयास किया.
नो
मैं ही
प्रॉब्लम,
कुछ
नो
पूछ
प्रॉब्लम.
लेता हूँ, अब सोच रहा हूँ.
बोलिए, नो प्रॉब्लम, नो प्रॉब्लम.
नहीं, आगे के लेक्चर में आगे उसमें पूछूंगा सर, जब कंक्लूजन पे आएगा तब कुछ पूछ लूंगा मैं.
Okay, okay. So this is we already done. So quickly we scroll this slide. Scroll the slide. ये स्क्रॉल कर लीजिए, ये भी कर लीजिए क्योंकि वो तो आ गया है ओपन एसेस में सब. यस, व्हाई पब्लिकेशंस आर एसेंशियल फॉर एकेडमिक्स. अंकुर जी अभी 8 बजे है, क्या करें, कितने तक खींचने का है बताइए. 8:01 हुई है. हेलो अंकुर जी, कितना टाइम?
Yes, sir.
या प्लीज टेल मी. 8 बजा है, कितने टाइम में खींचने का है, बोलिए आप. हाँ, कब तक खींचने का है?
क्या डॉक्टर साहब, मैं समझा नहीं आपका क्वेश्चन.
नहीं, ये 8 बजा है, कब तक मैं चालू रखूं?
आप 10-15 मिनट में माइंड अप कर दो सर, पॉसिबल हो तो.
ओके फाइन. अभी और ऋषभ ने हाथ खड़ा किया है. ऋषभ, व्हाट इज योर क्वेश्चंस, यू प्लीज टेल मी.
सर थोड़ा क्वेश्चन अलग लगे तो सॉरी, बट
अरे
मेरा
कोई
क्वेश्चन
मैं बताऊं, ये अपना
अरे
फैमिली
बहुत
है.
अच्छी बात है, कम से कम आपने बोला तो मेरे भाई. आप प्लीज पूछिए.
नहीं, मेरा क्वेश्चन सर एज अ टीचर है. मैं असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर आनंद एग्रीकल्चर यूनिवर्सिटी में हूँ.
आनंद में
और
है? आनंद तो मैं
आनंद
ऐसी
गुजरात में.
यूनिवर्सिटी में
यस
तो मैं बहुत आता हूँ,
सर,
अपनी
यस सर,
आता
यस
हूँ.
सर.
यस, केमिस्ट्री डिपार्टमेंट में.
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल सर.
हाँ.
सर कंसर्न खाली क्वेश्चन के रिगार्डिंग था कि आजकल जो स्टूडेंट्स को हम काम देते हैं, या थीसिस राइटिंग, चैप्टर राइटिंग, और ये जो हम बेसिकली करते हैं, उसमें ज्यादातर स्टूडेंट्स का रोल अभी ये चैट जीपीटी या फिर आर्टिफिशियल राइटिंग पे ज्यादा हो गया है. ज्यादातर मैं अभी मेरे स्टूडेंट का ही एक का था, मैंने चैप्टर्स चेक किए और फिर मैंने ऑनलाइन वो भी मैंने एप्लीकेशन के थ्रू ही चेक किया, तो थोड़ा आर्टिफिशियल राइटिंग में वो सब ज्यादा था. सो माय क्वेश्चन वाज लाइक सर के इसका लिमिटेशंस यूज कहाँ तक रखा जाए, और क्या इसके ड्रॉबैक ये हो सकते हैं कि बाद में फ्यूचर में जब लड़के हमारे होंगे तो थोड़ी कैपेबिलिटीज उनकी कम हो जाती है, क्योंकि जब हम पढ़ते थे तो फिजिकल लाइब्रेरी का यूज ने ये सब ज्यादा रहता था। उसकी वजह से हमें क्या क्रॉस टॉपिक्स और रेफरेंसेस और ये सब सारे सारे मिल जाते थे। अब जितना ईज ऑफ वर्क हो रहा है उतना कैपेबिलिटीज क्या कम हो रही है, या यही कहना ठीक होगा या नहीं मुझे पता नहीं। पर स्टूडेंट्स क्या लिए क्या जब जब ये सब बहुत इजीली रेडी अवेलेबल हो जाता है, और राइटिंग भी क्या है उनका रेडीमेड गूगल पे हो जाता है, वो ऐसे करके लेके आते हैं। सो व्हाट एक्सटेंट शुड बी द लिमिटेशन ऑफ यूज ऑफ दिस चैट जीपीटी इन पब्लिकेशन और राइटिंग ऑफ थीसिस, एंड क्या हम उसको मिनिमाइज या उसका कुछ बाउंड्रीज तय कर सकते हैं सर?
देखो, मैं, आपका नाम ऋषभ जी है ना?
यस सर, यस सर।
ऋषभ जी, मैं आपकी बात को मैं एंडोर्स करके अपना व्यू रखना चाहता हूँ, राइट? इफ द पार्टिसिपेंट परमिट मी, one thing should be completely clear, that when students write the thesis or in the scientific writing, there should not be a AI and chat GPT. That will kill your creativity. So I
Yes.
never allowed my students for chat GPT and AI based writing. If you want to
Yes.
prepare the figure or graphical abstract, fine, you can use it. But I am not going to allow them. क्योंकि आप जहाँ भी पब्लिकेशन के लिए भेजेंगे वहाँ उन लोगों के पास सॉफ्टवेयर है और उसमें 10% से ज़्यादा AI बेस है, तो आपको वापस देंगे। मैंने उसीलिए, देखो, मेरा 2 जर्नल, आप देख लीजिए, पॉलीसाइक्लिक एरोमेटिक कंपाउंड में 8 महीने से मैंने रिव्यू आर्टिकल बंद कर दिया है, और एनालिटिकल केमिस्ट लेटर में 3 साल से बंद कर दिया है। उसका यही कारण है कि मोस्ट ऑफ द review articles in that content 50% content based on AI or chat GPT, and that is the reason that so if you are guiding your PhD student, then you make one rule in your lab that no chat GPT, no AI based content is allowed. That will kill the creativity. अभी मेरा, मैं नाम नहीं देना चाहता हूँ, मेरा अभी 3-4 फ्रेंड है, उस दे आर वेरी गुड इन राइटिंग, बट वो अभी ग्रॉक पे चढ़ गया है। एक ग्रॉक नाम का आता है, ग्रॉक को आप जो भी पूछेंगे तो आपको देंगे वो उसका जवाब, ये सब। तो
Yes,
देखो
sir.
क्या है कि दिस इज नॉट द वे टू कैरी आउट द साइंटिफिक रिसर्च, बिकॉज ईच एंड एवरी जर्नल हैज गॉट द सॉफ्टवेयर, and when you submit your paper, immediately they insert your manuscript in the software. And if there is AI based software, AI based content, then immediately paper will be rejected. So you make one strict rule in your lab or with your students that no AI or chat GPT is allowed. You write in a scientific manner. See, one thing is there, suppose if I write a, English, one paragraph of English, right? And then, Grammarly you can allow it, because Grammarly is not a crime, no? So you can use the Grammarly and make the corrections in your text. But then entire, the content is based on AI or chat GPT. If you put the, keyword in chat GPT and AI, and you can get the whole things, and that whole things you are putting in your thesis, or maybe now university is also making a lot of, policy that they are also, that is considered as a plagiarism, no? That comes under plagiarism. AI or chat GPT basis comes under plagiarism. 10, not more than, in our university, not more than 10% plagiarism or AI or chat GPT is there. No, we made when I was in last, my student in Bhavnagar University, I have made it very clear, no, that it should not be allowed. And I told my student, last student, that you don't take anything from chat GPT. She said, okay, no problem, sir. I know I will not use it. No. So this is how everything is now open, and a lot of things are appear every day in AI based technology. But ultimately, whatever things you feed it in the AI, and that you will get it. AI doesn't have any mind, no brain, human brain. They can't compete human brain, no. So you make the rules and regulation in your lab, no. This is how you can curbing the AI and GPT based text, no. Satisfied, Rushabh ji?
यस सर, सर श्योरली वेरी सेटिस्फाइड। मैंने वही किया था, स्टूडेंट्स में सारे करेक्शन और फिर से किया था। बट मेरा कंसर्न खाली एज ए टीचर था, बिकॉज क्या है कि उसकी वजह से स्टूडेंट्स का जो मेन कैपेबिलिटीज और क्रिएटिविटी, जैसे आपने कहा ना सर,
हाँ,
वो थोड़ा जाता है, इसीलिए मैंने पूछा। थैंक यू सर।
मैं बताऊं कि आई फुल्ली एंडोर्स योर व्यू। मैंने वो पहले बताया कि
बिल्कुल
नाउ
सर, बिल्कुल सर, थैंक यू।
सी मैं बताऊं, लड़के को काम नहीं करने का है। उन लोगों को जितना रेडीमेड मिल जाए उतना रेडीमेड उसमें डाल देने का है। मैंने शोध गंगा की बात की है, वहां से ही ले लेते हैं लोग, वहां से पूरी थीसिस उठा के ला देते हैं, ऊपर टाइटल वाइटल बदला के जाने देते हैं। उसमें ऑर्थो पोजीशन पे किया तो वो मेटा पोजीशन पे लग देंगे, पैरा पोजीशन लगा देंगे। ऐसे हमने बहुत बहुत लोगों को देखा है। लेकिन क्या है कि इफ़ यू आर यंगस्टर, इफ़ यू वांट टू डेवलप योर रिसर्च ग्रुप, डे वन से यू टेल देम, डे वन से आप गलत इंग्लिश लिखेंगे, गलत कंटेंट लिखेंगे, मैं सुधारूंगा। और यू कम टू माई रूम एंड डिस्कस विथ मी, but you don't take the help of AI and don't take help of ChatGPT.
यस
This is
सर,
my
ओके।
concern. No, still I am going to Marwadi University, and I told 5 days a month I am going there. I told I am trying to pursue the matter with the guide and students. So they are fully endorse my views. क्योंकि वो publication में जाएगा वहाँ पकड़ जाएंगे, या जब थीसिस में जब आप वो PhD थीसिस जब सबमिट करें तब पकड़ जाएंगे, तो क्या करेंगे बताइए?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सर।
ये मेरा मेरा ये कंसेप्ट है, ये मेरा परसेप्शन है, ये मेरा सोचने का तरीका है। आई मे बी रॉन्ग और आई मे बी राइट। नो
Good evening, sir. Sir, currently I'm pursuing my MSc Agriculture in Molecular Biology and Biotechnology.
Okay.
Sir, whether I should go for PhD or I should go for preparation of certain exams, like what should be the good option for my future, sir? I have keen interest in research, sir. So I should go for PhD, sir?
Sir, see, all it depends on your interest, right? If you are
Absolutely.
interested for research activity,
Yes,
then
sir.
my suggestion is you try to in UGC we have NET examinations, right?
Yes, sir.
DBT
Yes, sir.
DBT is conducting the public examination. I
Yes,
think
sir.
probably in agriculture research, I think the Indian Council of Agricultural Research, I think they are also conducting. So first,
Yes, sir.
you clear this examination so that
Yes, sir.
you can get the admission in very prestigious institute. Over and above, you can get the 38,000 rupees as a scholarship, right? For the period
Yes,
of
sir.
5 years. And when you get the scholarship, so nobody is denying to register because you are coming with a dowry, no? So if you want to join the research, then you should have a interdisciplinary research. Nowadays, it is a arena of interdisciplinary research. Biotechnology, you try to select the topic of biotechnology and molecular biology, no?
Yes,
And
sir. I'm doing my MSc Agriculture in Molecular Biology and Biotechnology itself.
no, but you select your PhD topic in a interdisciplinary topic, no? So
Yes,
that
sir.
you
Yes,
can take the advantage of both the things, no? In one
sir.
end you have a cake and on another end you have a bread. So you can enjoy the taste of both the things, no? And this
Yes,
is
sir.
how, and if you, and after that, if you want to go postdoc, then in the foreign country, interdiscipline is very important nowadays,
Okay, okay, sir.
or
Yes, sir.
multidiscipline. But I feel that you should, because you are involved in two things, so you should try to select the interdisciplinary,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
so that is, I think, this one CSR institute based on agriculture research, no? So you try to either identify the Indian Journal of Agriculture Council, और वहाँ जो भूसा campus में है ना, that is
Yes, sir.
very
Yes,
good.
sir.
And then no, this other agriculture institute try to find out, no? Hmm?
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
next.
Yes, I'll do my research. So thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So now one lady was asking me about the pressure of publication. So the now reply is here, no? Why publications are essential in academic institutions? So accountability contribute towards the scientific, social, economic growth of the society. When you are working in the social sciences or agriculture sciences or in social life science or chemical science, physical science, then you should be have a good contribution to the society, and finally it will be useful for the economic development. Then when you published, recognition of the work to the academic and scientific community and peer at a globe. So if you are interested to recognize yourself, then this is only tools which will be useful for you to recognize at a global level. And ultimately, third thing is wealth. Because why we are doing this, all the things to generate the wealth. and promotions, grant applications, research funding from the various funding agency. So if you are working in academic institutions or research institutions, ultimately for the promotion, what you require the publication, research or intellectuals IP portfolio. So how you can improve your IP portfolio promotion? For then, if you want a fund, then you write the grant applications. So when you write the grant application, you can justify that I have done this much work and now I am interested to continue or interested to carry out the academic or carry out the innovative research in this field. Then research fund, then various funding agencies. So this is how what the publications are essential for any academic institutions. And now I try to conclude with this word that I do not know how far I have satisfied, but this is the modern trends going on in the global world. And if you want to be joined with the global hand, if you want to become recognized to the global level, then all these things are very, very important. This is my views. If you are not convinced with my view, then please you forget it. If you are convinced, then you try to work on this particular aspect and how you can develop your career, how you can be a global researcher, how it will be useful to the society. And this is how I conclude. Thank you very much once again, अंकुर शर्मा जी, कि आपने हमको ये तक दिया सब लड़के के साथ इंटरेक्शन करने का. किसी को कोई क्वेश्चन?
नहीं नहीं नहीं, ये आपका बड़प्पन है और ये आपका स्नेह है
नहीं
हमारे लिए कि आपने मुझे कंसेंट दिया.
नहीं नहीं, अरे
और
कंसेंट की क्या बात है यार, वो तो उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. लेकिन क्या है कि हर बार नए नए लोगों के साथ मिलना जुलना अच्छा लगता है. और
जी
मेरा
जी
जो
जी.
लेक्चर देने का जो तरीका है वो अलग है सबसे, कि थोड़ा
हाँ.
क्वेश्चन इनवाइट करूँ तो मुझे भी माइंड में स्ट्रैटेजी बनाने का चांस मिलता है. मैं क्लासरूम में जाता था, वहाँ भी ऐसे नहीं कि मैं 1-2 घंटा पढ़ा के निकल जाता था. सबको पहले मैं टॉपिक डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर देता था. आई सेड यू प्रिपेयर एंड देन यू कैन कम डाउन एंड देन आई विल टीच यू इन अ प्रॉपर मैनर. सो आई डेवलप ए
बहुत
न्यू
बढ़िया.
मेथोडोलॉजी.
सर एक लास्ट
बहुत
क्वेश्चन था.
हाँ बोलिए, लास्ट नहीं, जो भी है पूछिए,
हाँ
कोई
हाँ
प्रॉब्लम नहीं है.
सर एक क्वेश्चन ऐसा था कि आजकल चलो सब लोग कुछ जॉब में हैं, कुछ अपने
हाँ
एकेडमिक्स में हैं,
हाँ
कुछ
हाँ.
स्टूडेंट्स भी होंगे, लेकिन एक एज होती है, जैसे अब किसी को राइटिंग सुधारनी है, किसी को अभी कुछ चेंज करना है, तो आप कुछ टिप्स देंगे कि अभी साइंटिफिक कम्युनिटी को अभी अगर कुछ राइटिंग इंप्रूव करना है तो वो क्या करे?
नहीं, मैं आपको बताऊं कि आपने गांधी जी की ऑटोबायोग्राफी पढ़ी है?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
उसमें गांधी जी ने क्या बोला था कि जिंदगी का लास्ट मोमेंट तक विद्यार्थी जो स्टूडेंट्स
यस यस.
विद्यार्थी अवस्था है नहीं छोड़ना चाहिए.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
बराबर. तो गांधी
हाँ
जी
जी.
का स्टेटस क्या है बताइए? तो जब गांधी जी सोचते हैं
हाँ.
तो सबको सोचना चाहिए ना. वो तो देखो, ये जो टीचिंग इज कंटिन्यूस प्रोसेस, राइटिंग इज कंटिन्यूस प्रोसेस. मैं अभी आपको बताता हूँ कि मैंने अपना पढ़ाई पूरी गुजराती मीडियम में किया है. आई डिड माई स्कूलिंग कॉलेज इन गुजराती मीडियम. सो आई एम नॉट गुड इन लैंग्वेज, राइट? I am not able, I am not a good communicator. But then, if I read something new, in that case, what happen if I get some new word, then I come to my house and then I write 10 times, right? So that I will never forget it. So every now and then I am trying to continuously, I am thinking how to improve myself. If you have you read the tweet of Shashi Tharoor?
यस.
Shashi Tharoor has he is a fond of using bombastic word. आपने कभी रवि शास्त्री और गवास्कर की कमेंट्री सुनी है?
हाँ हाँ, सुनी है, सुनी है.
So both have a, these two cricketers, they have a fond of using bombastic word, no? So teaching, writing, speaking, everything is a continuous process, and there is no any age limit. This Linus Pauling got the Nobel Prize for twice in his, this life. For
Yes.
first is determination of structure of DNA. Second is for the peace, because Vietnam America war was going on. He got the Nobel. He's working on peace. So he died at the age of 92.
Oh.
His article was published in Current Science. He said that
Yes.
I can live without my wife, but I cannot live without the laboratory. So when you go to lab, always you develop the new experimentations, new write-up, new things. And this is my message to you, that even after retirement, if you read something and if you think something, then you don't leave your, this habit. You try to develop this habit,
Yes,
right?
for development, please give the tips, which books to read
टिप्स
or
नहीं
which
नहीं,
blogs
देखो
to.
मैं बताऊं कि ये बुक्स पढ़ने से कोई कोई किसी का मेंटल बैलेंस आप चेंज नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन क्या
Okay.
होता है, मैं आपको अभी देखो, आपके पास इतना सोशल मीडिया आ गया है, तो आप शशि थरूर को देखिए, आप किसी और को जो भी आपको इंटरेस्ट है उसको आप वो ट्विटर आप देखिए, ट्वीट देखिए, ये सब देखिए, तो उसमें से आपको नया नया आइडियाज मिलेगा, नया नया words मिलेंगे आपको. So many things you will get it, right? Every time you can, if you are interested for any, like sports, then you read the article which is written by the Sunil Gavaskar. Now Kohli is also joining in his bandwagon after the retirement. Now Ravi Shastri is writing a very good articles. Shashi Tharoor is also writing very good articles. No, like Barkha Dutt is also writing a very good art. Radip Sardesai is every year he is writing one very good book. I think you heard the name of Radip Sardesai, no? All they are the
जी जी जी
icons.
जी
They are the icons of youngsters, no? So you should try to identify couple of authors. You should try to identify the couple of magazines, couple of
डेफिनेट
a newspaper, and in the newspaper you try to identify the couple of good. Previously, MS Swaminathan was also writing in Times of India, right? So you try to identify a good writer, and then you follow him. Then I think you will get a very good tips. It's a continuous process that you don't forget, right? This is what
इनका
I.
इनका ट्विटर और विकिपीडिया के साथ साथ जब लिंक्डइन देखते हैं
हाँ,
तो
वही
बहुत
वही
अच्छे अच्छे कंटेंट्स मिलते
वही
हैं
वही
वहां।
मैं बोलता हूँ ना, ट्विटर है, लिंक्डइन है,
हाँ
सब जगह पे
हाँ।
मिलता है ना. हम्म?
छोटे छोटे दो क्वेश्चंस हैं जो कि
हाँ बोलिए.
एज एन असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर होते हुए
हाँ हाँ.
मुझे जानने भी चाहिए और मुझे जानकारी भी इसकी होनी चाहिए कि आपके प्रेजेंटेशन ने हाईलाइट किया इशू लाइक प्रेडेटरी जर्नल्स, प्लेगरिज्म एंड डेटा फैब्रिकेशन. तो
मैंने नहीं.
व्हाट प्रैक्टिकल स्टेप्स शुड अर्ली करियर रिसर्चर adopt to ensure they maintain integrity in their publication and avoid falling into trap of predatory publishing?
Now, one thing is sure, right? Don't involve yourself in rat race of the publications. That is number one.
Hmm.
Second thing, that this comes under the ethical integrity.
Hmm.
So when you write
Hmm.
research paper, at that
Hmm.
time you try to collect 5-10 good research papers. Then you
Hmm.
put the highlighter. Suppose if you feel that these two sentences are very good, so don't take copy from these two sentences, but you try to understand the meaning of these two sentences, and then you try to think that how I can add the content of this these two sentences, and make completely different form of your research paper. That is second thing. And third thing is, suppose if I am interested that I don't work, I want to copy from other, then there is no any other alternative. So initially, integrity is very important. Ethical practice is also very important, and the ethical practice is useful for even our common life. No. So this is my basic understanding. No, whenever
जी
I
सर.
whenever even I am going in Marwadi University, when
Hmm.
students meet me every 5 days, there are a lot of students are meeting me, and I first thing is I said, you don't involve in the rat race. Suppose if you publish one good paper in the good journal, that is enough. And then for predatory journals, that is for if you are involved in the rat race, then you always think about the shortcut, no? And when you
Hmm.
go for the shortcut, then there is no any other ways out of coming out from that, no?
जी सर. You discussed patent and intellectual property rights as key pillars of research.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But how can academic researchers balance the goal of open science as well as agricultural science? Because I am the man of horticulture. How
Okay.
can academic researcher balance the goal of open science as well as agricultural sciences with the need to protect their intellectual property through patents?
No, see, Ankurji, there are two different issues, right? One thing is that suppose if you are working on a common platform or common problem, which is directly faced by the farmers or directly faced by the stakeholder. In that case, don't think about the filing the patent or protect the IP. In that case, what happened to see, you are not in a position to get the patent or can't protect the IP. So it all depends on an issue. Now, suppose if you are working on new varieties of plant, and it is up to you. Suppose if you want to protect in the form of IP plant breeder variety, then you go for that. And suppose if you feel that, okay, fine, I am not interested to protect in the form of IP, but it should be in the public domain, right? So when it is in the public domain, then you must be really much careful that other will not, other will not take your research and file the patent or like that. No. So all it depends on you. Suppose I have given the example of Dr. M.C. Wani. He discovered the Taxol and he has not protected in the form of patent. It is available in public domain, right? And then what happened? Again, the very interesting thing is he has identified natural sources. And then Paul Vanderend, they have discussed, they have identified the entire, synthetic route in a different manner, and they got the patent, and they earned the money. So this is what Dr. Wani told me when I met him in the Mumbai, and because he has recommended my case to the Professor Govind Kapadia, and Professor Govind Kapadia was his best friend, and I went to his lab for at least 2 months. No, so this is what he said, that I have never thought about protecting the IP, and I have discovered the Taxol. If you see the in Google, you put the name of Taxol. So this is a good example of not protecting the IP, and instead of that, he puts in the he put in the public domain. No.
बहुत बढ़िया, जो एग्जाम्पल आपने कोट करके बताया बेहतरीन था सर, बहुत बढ़िया। हमें हमारे दोनों क्वेश्चंस के आंसर्स मिल गए हैं। दिल से आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
आप उसमें
यदि
देखो
कोई और पूछना चाहे तो
हाँ।
प्लीज पूछिए, अदरवाइज हम सेशन से वैसे ही 25 मिनट आगे हैं, सबके खाने का समय हो गया है, फिर बाद में आप कहेंगे कि अच्छे ये ऑर्गेनाइजर हैं, 8 बजे से कह के 8:30 तक खींच देते हैं। तो आप प्लीज अगर कोई क्वेश्चंस हो तो आप पूछिए, अदरवाइज हम इसको अब कंक्लूड वाले मोड पे ले जाते हैं।
अंकुर जी, मुझे एक बताना कि वो फीडबैक कैसा रहा लड़के को, क्योंकि उसमें से
डेफिनेटली सर, डेफिनेटली मैं बताऊंगा सर,
मुझे
बिल्कुल
पता लगेगा कि मुझे कैसे इम्प्रूव होने का, कई जगह पे मुझे इम्प्रूव करना चाहिए।
आपके अंदर जो एक लाइफ लर्निंग प्रोसेस है सर, इवन मेरी उम्र 30 साल है और मैं ये समझ चुका हूं कि बस ठीक है, अब हो जिंदगी कट जाएगी, लेकिन आप 60 प्लस होने के बाद भी जो है ना, आपको ऐसा लग रहा है कि अभी और सीखना है, अभी और सीखना है, अभी और सीखना है।
मैं बताऊं,
ये चीज बड़ा अप्रिशिएट करने लायक
मैं बताऊं कि मेरी कम्युनिटी जैन कम्युनिटी है, और जैन
हाँ, हाँ।
कम्युनिटी में हम ऐसा सोचते हैं कि जो ये मानव
हाँ।
का देह मिला है ना हमको,
हाँ, 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 हाँ।
ह्यूमन बर्थ मिला है ना, तो वो आप
जी, जी,
बहुत आपने पुण्य किया होगा ना, तब आपको मिला होगा। तो
जी,
उसका जो
बिल्कुल,
यूटिलिटी
बिल्कुल।
है, तो यूटिलिटी तो करना चाहिए ना यार। तो अप टू लास्ट मोमेंट ऑफ आवर लाइफ वी शुड यूज द वी शुड यूटिलाइज आवर लाइफ फॉर द।
नहीं सर, आपसे बड़ा एनर्जी मिलती है। कभी कभी सोच लेता हूँ चलो 30 इयर्स कट गई, 30 और बची होंगी, लाइफ तो कटी जाएगी, 60 साल की जिंदगी है। लेकिन जब हम आपको देखते हैं तो फिर ऐसा लगता है कि नहीं यार, 200 साल तक जीना है और 200 साल तक सीखना भी है।
मैं बताऊं अंकुर जी,
आपने सर मेरी वैलिडिटी बढ़ा दी, ये समझ लो, बड़ा
नहीं,
अच्छा लगा इस
अंकुर जी,
लेक्चर
मैं
में।
3 बार ऊपर से वापिस आया। एक बार मुझे
अच्छा, अच्छा।
कैंसर हुआ था, तो
हाँ,
लोग ने मुझे राइट ऑफ कर दिया, लेकिन मैं बच गया। उसके
अच्छा।
बाद मेरे हार्ट में शॉर्ट सर्किट होने लगा,
हाँ, हाँ,
तो उसका भी मैंने एक्सीडेंटली ऑपरेशन कराया, मिल गया। और उसके
हाँ,
बाद
हाँ।
2 साल के बाद इन्फ्लुएंजा स्वाइन फ्लू हुआ था। उस
जी।
टाइम भी सबने सोच लिया था कि अब मैं नहीं बचूंगा, लेकिन मैं बच गया और आपके सामने हूँ अभी।
जी, 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 जी।
3 लाइफ मुझे मिली है, तो अभी चौथी मिलेगी नहीं मिलेगी मुझे पता नहीं, लेकिन अब
सर डेफिनेटली मिलेगी, मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, मैं हनुमान जी से प्रे करूंगा कि आपको मिले।
तो उसीलिए क्या है कि ये अभी मैं यूज कर रहा हूँ जो भी है, बराबर ने। और हमारे
जी,
जैसे
जी,
लड़के को कोई इंस्पिरेशन मिले तो दैट इज माय सक्सेस ऑफ द लेक्चर, नो।
डेफिनेटली सर।
और मैं
बहुत
कभी
अच्छा लगा सर, मुझे लगता है कि सर जो कहते हैं ना, वोट ऑफ थैंक्स जैसा शब्द तो बचता ही नहीं है आपके लिए, बट चूंकि प्रोटोकॉल में है कि मैं धन्यवाद जरूर ज्ञापित करूंगा। सबसे पहले तो हमने आपसे निवेदन किया कि डॉक्टर साहब हम एक एफडीपी करा रहे हैं, एक समर स्कूल करा रहे हैं, हमारा समर स्कूल भी सर आ रहा है अक्टूबर में।
हाँ, तो वो मैं
तो
उसमें
आपने बड़े ही प्यार से उसको एक्सेप्ट किया कि नहीं, डेफिनेटली अंकुर, आई विल बी देयर। और आपके भी काफी असाइनमेंट्स रहते हैं, और इवनिंग आवर्स में कंसेंट देना अपने आप में एक टिपिकल चुनौती होती है। हम जैसे बिना शादीशुदा लोगों के लिए नहीं होती, लेकिन आप जैसे शादीशुदा लोगों के लिए जरूर होती है कि हमारे पास कोई जिम्मेदारी नहीं भी, क्या है मेस में खाना, यूनिवर्सिटी मेस में खा लिया, ये कर
देखो
लिया, वो
देखो
कर लिया, चलो
देखो
कोई बात
देखो
नहीं। बट
अंकुर जी
एक
आज
गृहस्थ जीवन में जो व्यक्ति है उसके पास तो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज
नहीं,
होती है।
मैं बताऊं अंकुर जी, मेरी वाइफ को मैंने बोला था कि खाने के लिए मैं 9 बजे नीचे आऊंगा, उसका एक भी
हाँ
फोन नहीं आया है। तो जब
हाँ
उसको
हाँ, नहीं
पता है
आया
कि
होगा।
मैं जब लेक्चर लेता हूँ तो वहाँ ऐसा नहीं होता है कि 1 घंटे का लेक्चर खत्म कर लेता हूँ। जब
जी
तक
जी जी,
बोलते हैं लड़के लोग को बोरिंग नहीं होता है तब तक मैं लेता हूँ लेक्चर, उसमें कोई
यही तो मैंने बोला सर कि आपके पास आपके फैमिली की जिम्मेदारियां हैं, यहाँ कोई जिम्मेदारी नहीं। अभी यूनिवर्सिटी में इसमें खाना खा लेंगे, खत्म हो जाएगा काम। इस समय पे कंसेंट देना अपने आप में एक बहुत टफ चैलेंज होता है। तो सर मेरे पास धन्यवाद ज्ञापन के लिए कोई शब्द नहीं है। मैं
थैंक यू।
बस इतना कहूंगा कि आप मतलब हमारे क्षेत्र के पितामह हैं।
अरे
इसी
नहीं नहीं
तरीके से हम लोगों का ज्ञानवर्धन करते रहिए। इफेक्टिव रिसर्च पेपर राइटिंग, आईपी प्रोटेक्ट, इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स, जो भी चीजें हैं आपसे नई नई चीजें सीखने को मिलती हैं, और बहुत से लोगों को मिली भी होंगी। और पर्सनल मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा कि मैं ये सोचता था कि लाइफ के 30 इयर्स कट गए, 30 और बचे हैं। मुझे आपने वैलिडिटी दी, मेरा टैरिफ बढ़ा दिया कि नहीं यार 200 साल जीना है और बहुत कुछ करना है।
बराबर बराबर।
थैंक यू सो मच सर। जल्दी हम इसी प्लेटफॉर्म पर अक्टूबर में मिलेंगे सर आपके
ओके,
साथ।
और दूसरा ये प्रेजेंटेशन वो डिलीट कर देना, और मैंने कॉपीराइट ले लिया है उसका।
अच्छा ठीक है, मैं डिलीट कर दूंगा, कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात नहीं सर।
ओके, और बताइए।
ठीक
हाँ,
है,
थैंक यू वेरी मच।
ठीक है, थैंक यू सो मच सर, थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
ओके, बाय बाय।
बाय बाय,
गुड
बाय
नाइट
बाय,
टू
जय
ऑल
श्री
द
राम।
पार्टी गुड
गुड
नाइट टू
नाइट।
ऑल द पार्टिसिपेंट। जय श्री राम।
ओके सर, ओके।